would you like to set us up on it? Gold, fool's gold, or real foolish? I don't see the former World Series of Poker winner Jamie Gold anywhere in Bar Canada. I'm not sure what he's doing these days.
Tim Murray's done a nice job leaving us about 4.5 minutes to get through the segment.
Yeah,
all right.
deep
cut. All right, so gold, fool's gold, or real foolish. So this is a play off our last week. I came up with a segment, and then Mike Palm, being the best editor in the biz, said we should do this one instead, and I think it's actually a great idea. So I'm going to present you guys a statement. If it's a good statement, you're going to say it's gold. If it's maybe not quite all the way correct, you're going to say fool's gold, and then real foolish if you think it's just 100% not going to happen. It's a silly statement. So I'll start with our Green Bay Packers there, Ben, or mine, because, owner, two-time owner.
Two-time owner, yeah. Don't shortchange yourself.
So the statement is the Green Bay Packers, after beating the Lions, will make the playoffs at plus 120. And if you look at the screen right now the wild card teams are the Cowboys, Vikings, and Seahawks. Seahawks are 6-5 along with the Vikings. The Packers are on the bubble right at the first spot, 5-6 at the moment. So gold, real gold, or just foolish.
From the pure number, Mike, at plus 120, Green Bay takes on Kansas City in Sunday Night Football next week. From a pure number basis, you would say real foolish, right? Because odds are Green Bay's not beating Kansas City. You're going to get a much better number if you have conviction on that after that. But Green Bay still has the Giants, Panthers, Bears at home to end the season. Do have games as well at home against Tampa Bay. So a 4-2 closing stretch is not out of the cards whatsoever for Green Bay to get to 9-8. You'd feel pretty good about your chances as a 7 seed. So I would not say entirely. I'd say long term I'd probably go fool's gold with certainly an opportunity there for the Packers. But if I'm actually betting this now, there's no way I'm making the bet.
They'll be favored in 4 of the 6, it looks like. Although maybe short road favorites against the Giants and the Panthers. Maybe a short home favorite against the Bucks. It'll come down to the game in Minneapolis, the penultimate weekend of the year, possibly for the wild card spot. I'm not ready to say it's gold. I would say it's fool's gold in that it could be gold.
Yeah. I think that's what everybody thinks. I think a lot of people believe that they have a chance against the Chiefs. I don't think so. I think that's definitely fool's gold. But yeah, I like both of you guys' statements, and I'm not all the way on the gold yet. But hey, go Packers, beat the Lions.
Well, just from pure market perspective things, and I realize we've not seen the Chiefs play yet, taking on the Raiders as big favorites. But that game next week, look at, is now Chiefs -7 on the road at Green Bay for Sunday night in Week 13. Just to point that out.
Ooh, that's on Sunday night. That's a good game. Anyways, okay, moving on. I
also want to say, look at Seattle's schedule, because that's the other team they're one game back of. They have to go to Dallas and then go to San Francisco and then host the Eagles the next 3 weeks.
It's a brutal stretch.
Very brutal. They go to the Titans, they host the Steelers, and they go to the Cardinals. You get a shot here. I think you only have to probably overcome one of them. I don't think that the NFC South is going to have a team emerge from the pack that they're going to get 2 in. Yeah. So, and you're looking at the Rams as the one behind you. I think at 120, but the thing is you should wait a week. Let them lose to the Chiefs and bet it at a higher number.
I definitely agree.
Right?
9-8, you get in. And so can Green Bay win for the final 5, assuming Kansas City is a loss next Sunday night, with Minnesota being the massive swing game in there. To me, it's totally realistic. You could easily see both Minnesota, to your point, Mike, and Green Bay each make the playoffs. You had another one. Brian, we're going to transition, go to the AFC here.
I do, yes. By the way, Mike, that's actually a really great strategy that you have, because also if you're going to bet on the Oscars, it's also a good way to do it. Wait for a movie to come out, and the odds will change. That's actually a very good note. Anyways, moving on. The Dolphins will be the AFC #1 seed this year. They're currently plus 370. The Chiefs are the plus 110. Ravens are plus 200 at the moment.
So I say this is foolish, just because I believe Baltimore's the best team in the AFC, and I know their schedule is difficult, but I think they will win Sunday night at SoFi against the gang that couldn't shoot straight, the Chargers, bringing them to 9-3. They then host the Rams. That's 10-3. Tough game in Jacksonville, and then San Francisco. And then they host the Dolphins in week 17, because they play 18 weeks, and then back with the Steelers. I think the game against the Dolphins might go a long way in determining it. But let's not forget, this team's 8-3. They've led at the 2-minute warning in all 11 games. All right, they've blown 3 games inexplicably. The metrics are very good. I go back to the first half against Detroit. Both teams were fully healthy, and they absolutely dominated the Lions. I think this is I think between San Francisco and Baltimore are the two best teams in football, and I think Philadelphia is just a little behind, and then I think there's a gap after that.
Definitely, yeah.
So I say foolish because I do believe the Ravens will be the ones.
I agree with what you say in Baltimore. I would say this particular bet, though, I would more categorize it fool's gold because Miami at plus 370, if you make that bet right now, Miami gets Washington, Tennessee, and the Jets their next 3 games, should be 11-3 going into that gauntlet to close the year, Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. So at the very least, that number will come down, and you can play it a number of different ways. You can play back on Baltimore, play back on the Chiefs if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could make the 370 and then bet Baltimore on the money line in a couple games.
That's what I would.
Yep.
I'd approach it if you are so inclined. We have one more.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.